Thank you so much. Minor nudity was advertised. Minor nudity achieved. Drink it in. Drink it in. Before I wrap it all the way up, I'd like to extend a personal thank you to a local establishment known as Virgil's Barbecue. The left portion is the pork ribs, a brisket sitting on top, the hush puppies, mac and cheese, beans, ridiculous jalapeno cornbread muffins. People often say to me, well, enough that I would remark upon it, "Nick," they say, "where the hell did you come from? How did this occur that you're standing on the stage of the venerated town hall speaking to us?" And I answer them the same every time. I honestly have no fucking idea how this happened, but I'm very grateful. I'm minding my manners, and I'm reminded of some words of Thomas Jefferson, of course, who said, "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find that the harder I work, the more I have of it." Despite a life full of jackassery, I've managed to retain some of the choice lessons from these teachers of mine, and I thought I would pass them along to you in a show that I've entitled American Ham, My 10 Tips for a Prosperous Life. I'm not going to be testing you this evening on my 10 tips, but life will be giving you a pop quiz for the rest of your livelong days. So it might behoove you to mind your P's and Q's. End preface. Number 1, engage in romantic love. I don't know what I did to get so goddamn lucky to land the wife that I did, but I'm what the literati have often referred to as a lucky son of a bitch. But I can tell you that I intend to keep this sweet gig that I found myself, and one of the ways I do it is by indulging in romanticism. I'm a sap. My whole life I've been a romantic. I used to be made fun of in school, and I learned later that it was because the people making fun of me were not getting any. I knew, even in school, you know. "Oh, were you guys kissing in the hallway?" Yes. That's because I can't get a blowjob in the hallway. "How's football going, bro?" That's what's up. I realized one day I was driving to work, we had been dating, and I realized I was going to marry her. And I was pissed off because I would have liked to have been consulted in the matter. But I was not. We're very lucky, Megan and I. We have figured out how to stay together in a business that's really hard to stay together in. As a couple of Hollywood hotshots, people expect us to be skipping down to the Whiskey A Go-Go with the Sheen family and eating bath salts or whatever they're eating now to see shit weird. But we do not. Every time Emilio calls me, I demur. "Not tonight, bro. You guys have fun." We stay home. We're boring. That's a key. It really is. We're homebodies. We love to stay in and read books and play cards and do puzzles. We watch HGTV. We do a shitload of cocaine, and then we mainly focus on puzzling. "Honey, give me the fucking sky pieces!" Fucking love puzzles. There's something so soothing about a field of cerulean blue when I'm using amphetamines. We make our marriage a priority. That's key. If you want A healthy marriage, it's like raising a shrub. You have to make it a priority. You have to water it and fertilize it and talk nice to it and caress it and nibble on its clitoris. With regularity. You gotta stick with it. It's a horticulture term. I don't know if we have a lot of green thumbs in the house tonight, but look it up. In our business, one of the things that can kill a relationship is success. Because one of you gets a sweet job in LA, one of you gets a great job in New York. You get the call, Peter Jackson wants you in New Zealand for 38 months for a role called Frodo Baggins. I turned that shit down. For love. I think that kid that got did a nice job. He was also very cute. I did, however, get to read for Gimli the Dwarf. So I'm still trying to ferret the compliment out of that situation. My wife turned 50 a few years ago, which is a big birthday in a society that bases a lot of systems on the number 100. And I said, honey, this is a big birthday. Do you want something special, a bauble of some sort? And she said, no, just make me one of your cards. By the way, if you're in a relationship, make your significant other a fucking card, please. I always make cards for Megan. I make her lots of gifts as well. Every time I'm doing it around my friends or coworkers, they always say the same thing. Oh, thanks a lot, man. You make us look so bad. Every time you make a card, my wife points it out to me, and I say, let me tell you something, Rob Lowe. I'm gonna tell you right to your face, you turn those blugels on anybody, and you don't have to do shit. Please just keep looking at me. His face is magic. I say to the rest of my friends that don't have insane blue eyes, go to your printer. There's paper in there. Find the paper, take a sheet of it, fold it in half, draw a heart on it, open it up, write I love you, sign your name. You will get so kissed. You will be kissed so much more voluptuously than from any bullshit you can buy at the mall. Thank you. Here's a bonus. Go outside and find a tiny piece of nature. A leaf, a twig, a stone, a shell, a chrysalis. Adhere it in the center of the heart, and then get stretched out because you're going for a ride to the realm of coitus. So she said, make me one of your cards, do one of your funny dances. Oh, you know what? Actually, there's something I would love for my birthday. I would love a rainbow for my birthday. And I said, thank you, honey. I'm very glad I asked you. And I made a few calls that were fruitless. NBC did not help. And I thought I was fucked until I realized an important lesson, that I could make a rainbow out of art. And so this is actually the first song I wrote. I wrote it for my wife on her 50th birthday, the Rainbow Song. You read me my rights when you arrested me. You put me on trial and gave me life. But orange, you glad I didn't say banana when you made me your bitch and I made you my wife. You yellow, you yell when I ball a melon, but you don't complain when I cook up some smack. We're both agreeing to serve our time. If I drop the soap, I know you'll watch my crack. Please enjoy this rainbow song and this gift of leprechaun romance. Please enjoy as part of this well-balanced breakfast the Lucky Charms you will find in my pants. You blew me away when you sang Shock the Monkey. Your fingers inside me let the games begin. Indigo is a tough one to pun with, but when we're apart, it's the mood that I'm in. We get along so well, we could never be compared to Jesus of Nazareth and Pontius Pilate. But if you'll endure the slight of calling me sir, I'll be Peppermint Patty to your Violet. Please let this song be your rainbow. I've got my Cialis, so I shall not fail. Please don't deny my advances, for tonight you're going to take it in the pail. That's the butt. That's what you thought. And please let this song be your rainbow. I made it for you, this shit cuts like a knife. Forever I'll follow this rainbow to that 50-year-old sweet pot of gold that seems to grow foxy instead of old, from which I hope to never be paroled, my angel in a centerfold. She plays more than Sousa upon my fife, my jaw-droppingly beautiful wife. Thank you. Thank you. Number 1, engage in romantic love. Number 2, say please and thank you. I recently landed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin to go, thank you for your beer and sausage. Not to mention your motherfucking cheese curds. Oh boy. I was going to do a show in Milwaukee, and thanks to a US Air flight on an airline that shall remain nameless that was 90 fucking minutes late, I was in a hurry. I was in a rental car. I was trying to get onto a crowded highway to get to my show, and I was on a ramp that was merging with another ramp. Folks, let's talk about merging for a second. What the fuck? I think we all know by now. You take turns. But sometimes, when you're in that side that has the advantage because the other side's trying to get in, you just can't help it. It's their turn. You're like, no, motherfucker. No, 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 no. A gentleman performed this act upon me, and naturally, I was fucking incensed. Are you fucking kidding me? It's merged, dude. It's my turn. It's steam coming out my ears. And I pulled behind him, and everything changed. I realized that he was driving a salt-caked, pearlescent Chrysler 300, which is a fucking seriously badass attempt at a car, with the vanity plate, Thunder Road. And I said, "You magnificent motherfucker. If you're going to whip out your throbbing cudgel of a cock and bludgeon the rest of us about the face and mouth with your hot rod fuck wagon, you may have my place in line, sir. You, my friend, are living." We are all brothers and sisters. I don't care if you're a librarian. I don't care if you're a litter bug. I don't care if you're a fan of celery. I don't care if you're that fucking guy. I don't care how low you are. We're all brothers and sisters on this planet, We're all sharing this space, and we deserve the respect to treat one another with good manners. Say please and thank you. Get the door for each other. If somebody needs help with their groceries, jump up and give them a hand. You'll feel so much better. You'll blow their minds. It feels incredible. I can tell you, I've crunched the numbers again and again. It's a lot more fun to have 8 people with 1 beer each than to have 1 dude with 8 beers. It sounds incongruous. But I'm telling you, I've been back and forth with this thing 6 ways to Sunday. I believe it was Jesus of Nazareth himself who said, "Love thy neighbor as thyself." Wise words from the Lamb of God. And I just want to take a moment to point something out about the Bible. We're going to talk a little bit about the Bible tonight, you guys. Is the Bible full of great lessons? No question. Religious writings in general, the Bible, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, Grimm's fairy tales, Battlestar Galactica, the Redux. These holy texts are rife with morals and lessons of value about how to be decent to one another and how to share our space and our planet. But when Jesus said something like, "Love thy neighbor as thyself," I heard that in Sunday school and I said, "Fucking nailed it, Jesus." That's why you're the teacher, my friend. Thank you. And I went home, and I went to my neighbor, Mr. Severson, and I said, "I like it like this, Mr. Severson." I get it's a little backhand. I've got this cleft in my palm. Feeling it? Mr. Severson liked it as well. He was my neighbor. We got along great into junior high, into high school. We had a great friendship. We don't know that's not what Jesus meant. We don't. My interpretation provided a loving friendship between 2 peoples on neighboring lands. Talking to you, Gaza Strip. Again, I have nothing against like any religion or club, especially any get-together where people are like, you know what, we're fucked up monkeys. Like, a great part of our innate being is we want to like fuck each other and eat each other and kill each other. And many of those things at the same time. We want to fuck each other while we shit in each other's mouths, some of us. The permutations are endless. But we've learned with socialization, that's not cool to just go up to people and start doing stuff like that. So we've established these guidelines, and we have these get-togethers of like, everybody come to the big building, or just once a week, let's just remind ourselves not to shit in our neighbor's wife's mouth. Unless it's consensual, you know. Nothing is set in stone. That's great. And here's all I'm requesting of our religious groups in the country and world is go to that place, go to your club, go to the Bible barn where you all get together and talk about the lessons and learn about decency and compassion and how to treat one another. Then go to your job at the Senate and you don't have to talk about the Bible, just bring the decency and compassion. Like that, that's all. I want to coin a phrase, and let's try and get this going as like a catchphrase. A separation of church and state. Or something like that. Just spread it out, see if it catches on. I really love that saying of Jesus, love thy neighbor as thyself. Unfortunately, he said it in the book of Leviticus. And I think we all know by now that Leviticus is the most fucked up book in the Old Testament. Leviticus, of course, is the book that details the punishments for menstruating women. If you like comedy, go home and curl up with Leviticus. The writers of The Onion are handed Leviticus when they show up for work the first day. As they say in Leviticus of a menstruating woman, when her flowers be upon her, she is unclean, she must be sent away. If she should touch any linens, those linens must be burned. If she sits in a chair, the chair is fucked. This is the Bible, you guys. What dicks who wrote this book of the Bible that were so freaked out with the simple nature of a woman's body that they wrote it down in the Bible? The fuck? Do not fret, ladies, if you should be so filthy. There is hope in Leviticus. You may be exonerated if you bring 2 turtles to the priest at the temple. What the fuck is that? The fuck is that? I've lost so much sleep on these turtles. What value did turtles once possess that we have no record of? I love animals, I love nature, but I have torn open so many fucking turtles looking for a pearl or ambergris or spermaceti. There must be something beyond their delicious meat. It's upsetting to me. And I love to imagine these dicks that wrote the book of Leviticus hanging out at the temple. They've written these guidelines. They've been disseminated among the people. And they're just hanging out, waiting for people to start showing up and being holy. And the leader of the dicks at one point says, "You guys, what's with all these fucking turtles every place?" Oh, sorry. Steve wrote that part. He just loves turtles. We don't know. I don't know what it is with the turtles. Steve! Money or fucking wine, bro? We've been over this. You know what, Steve? You're not writing any more of the Bible. Go press some more olives, shithead. And that is the story of the lost book of Steve. Considered lower even than the Gnostics. Leviticus is also one of the places in the Bible that tells us homosexuality is an abomination. And I quote, "If a man lies with a man, as one lies with a woman, they have done what is detestable. They must be put to death." The Bible! It fucking says that in the Bible. I disagree with that notion. I'm astonished that this never comes up. These writers. Hang on, just give me 1 second, please. 2 turtles to the temple, and she may be exonerated. Yeah. 2 what now? Excuse me, 2 bros? Oh, Jesus. That is so uncool. They fully love each other? Yeah, kill them, I guess. Right? Guys? What choice do we have? And I'm very glad to be alive at a time when it's finally evolved to the point where this issue is in the public eye and we're finally fucking slowly turning it over. Thank God. 2013. How many decades has it been? How many years has it been since we shitty white people with our hands in our pockets were like, you know what, you guys? No. So, it's cool. Everyone can ride the bus and sit wherever you want. That's our bad. It was confusing because we used to capture you and own you like a commodity, and so, you know, but no, use the water fountains, all that stuff. Sorry. That was before my lifetime. And now it's 2013, and we're still debating of like, I don't know if we should give everybody the same stuff. Here's the thing. It's like two people loving each other and, you know, with or without children, trying to build like a loving, productive household and be good citizens. It sounds good, you know, they play a good game, but have you read Leviticus? So it's great this issue is getting attention. However, I am irked by all the attention that it's getting, all the ruckus and hubbub about same-sex marriage, when all the while, motherfucking vegetarians are marrying, bearing children, right outside, right on these streets. They're fucking filthy, herbivorous urchins are prancing down your sidewalks with a canvas bag full of kale. I use one bag. I know how to pronounce quinoa. And I am fucking pissed. They're making a mockery of the sanctity of eating animal flesh. It shall not stand. Please, please. They call it the good book. I find it a bit uneven. You know what is a good book? The motherfucking Hobbit. Or There and Back Again. That is a good fucking book. Instead of legislation founded squarely upon the Bible, I'd like to see some laws pitched based on the writings of John Ronald Reuel Tolkien. That shit makes sense. Elrond was elected to lead the elves at Rivendell, not only despite his androgynous nature, but quite likely because of the magical leadership inherent in a well-appointed bisexual elf wizard. That's the guy you want picking shit out for your community. Who do you want throwing your gala? Who do you want to hand menu selections and a color palette to? David Bowie or a fucking Mormon? The fuck? Was Elrond in a gay marriage? We don't know because it's none of our goddamn business. Whatever the nature of his elvish lovemaking, which I happen to know a little something about, I can tell you this is a frighteningly accurate depiction. Their genitals are more velvety and bluish, but if there was a sheet here with a light behind it, you could not tell the difference. And they like to bring them in and stop, just not quite touching, and then back out again. Fucking drives them crazy. That's neither here nor there. The point is, no matter what Elrond was getting up to in the bedroom, it doesn't matter what you do in your bedroom. You can do whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt anybody or anybody's property. If you're in your bedroom, if you want to get it on with your elvish, weird genitals, or if you want to take a cantaloupe and throw it in the microwave for 20, 30 seconds, don't go over 40. That pulpy center heats up. Let me tell you something. For nothing. You want to put a 45-degree chamfer around the edge of that hole because that outer rind can really chafe. I've read this. I don't know, it was Martha Stewart or Dr. Phil. I don't care if that's your thing, if you're a melon fucker. Don't bring it into the workplace. No matter what Elrond got up to, it did not affect his ability to perform his job like a boss. And that is to provide travelers with great directions. No matter what, the citizens of Middle-earth seemed to remain in pretty good spirits as long as they were packing long-bottom leaf into their pipes. A lesson we could all do to pay a little attention to. And even on a long road trip to the dragon's mountain lair, they did not forget to say, please and thank you. I think you get it. Number 3, use a handkerchief.